Welcome everyone to the big clash in Paris. We have Arjun Erigaisi on the screen. He's adjusting his pieces. He's up against Magnus Carlsen. We are at the second leg of the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour, and this time we are in Paris, France. Magnus starts the clock even before taking his chair, pours some water for himself. Arjun thinks a bit for the first move. After all, it's freestyle chess. Look at the pieces. You have the queen, rook, knight, and Arjun opens with f4, opening up his bishop. Magnus adjusts his pieces. What is his response going to be? This is not an easy position here to respond to. White's plan is simple. Play g3 and unleash the two bishops on this diagonal. I think very logical is to play b6 to stop the bishop from being activated, and that's exactly what Magnus has done. He blunts the white bishop on g1 and he stops the h1 bishop from opening up. e4 by Arjun, blocking the queen's path and ready to play g3 next. And Magnus finds this incredible pawn sacrifice. He plays f5. The point being that after take, which Arjun does, he's like, I don't believe you, Magnus. This bishop has opened up. Do you want to play bishop d5? Attacking here? Well, Magnus goes knight d6. He wants to attack the pawn on f5. And Arjun defends it. He's not going to give up the pawn easily. Knight comes out to e3, defending the pawn. g6. What a pawn sacrifice by Magnus. He's like, take it, Arjun, if you want to. I'll take with the knight. I'll open up the other bishop. Arjun, unperturbed, takes another pawn. Magnus takes back with the knight, attacking the pawn on f4. And now the knight comes out to d3, defending the pawn. So Arjun is not giving away material. He's now a pawn up and has very clear pawns, no doubled pawns, nothing. And Magnus is wondering what is the way to create counterplay. He attacks the center with e5. Arjun pushes forward with f5. And now e4 looks like a very strong move, because if you take here, I take here. And somehow the black pieces just look so good. The queen here, the bishop here. But hey, Arjun has an idea. Guys, look at this. The bishop is here. He goes g3. He pins the pawn to the queen. The pawn cannot take the knight. The queen would be hanging here. Magnus goes knight e5. Maybe much better was to go back with the knight to attack the pawn. But he goes knight e5 here. And now Arjun can take the knight. And that seems like the most logical move. He takes it. Knight takes e5. Rook takes e5. Well, you could have taken with the bishop, but then the e4 pawn was weak, so rook takes. And now Arjun activates the queen. Wow. His queen is now active. The rook cannot move. The bishop is hanging. The best move here could be h5 or bishop f7, so that knight g4, you can play bishop h5. He long castles. It's a blunder. It's a huge mistake, because now you can attack the rook. The rook cannot move. The bishop is hanging over there. Arjun has 4 minutes to figure this out. I believe he can find it. He's thinking here. And he's so surprised. It's just 10 moves. And he finds it. Whoa, what a move here. And Magnus Carlsen has blundered a piece here, because if he moves back, the bishop on h8 is hanging. He gives up the bishop. He takes the pawn on f5. Well, he was pawn up. Now he gets the second pawn, but Arjun is like, thank you so much. I'm taking this. Bishop takes b3. I mean, Arjun was a pawn up. So actually, the material is now even. He gets one more pawn. Bishop takes b3, attacking the queen. And now you can just simply come back. Queen c3. And Arjun comes back. He's now a full piece up. Black has only one pawn for the piece, and that is not enough. Magnus chops off another pawn. Arjun goes rook a1, attacking here. The rook now gets a beautiful open file. It's a huge mistake that Magnus committed by long castling. Bishop e6. He goes back. Now there's bishop takes b6, which is an incredible move. You can't take here. The queen is hanging. You can't take here. There's a pin. So, but there's also knight f6. Beautiful move. 1, 2, 3 attackers on the e4 square. And you can see that this pawn is being protected only twice. Knight b5 attacking the queen. The queen comes back to b2. And now pawn to d5. So he's defended his central pawns. Has Magnus. And of course, if you take queen takes b5, there's rook takes f6. So he goes g4. Rook takes f6 is forced. Queen takes f6. Because if you had moved the rook, the knight on b5 was hanging. So he takes it. Queen takes, and now Arjun is not just a piece up. He's now a rook up. Magnus comes queen c6. Now, look at this. What has Magnus Carlsen done here? He has 2 pawns for the rook. But he's saying my king is safer. My rook can get activated. Knight, bishop, everyone's very strong. King c1 played here. And he plays rook to d7. And he pushes his pawn to h3. Pawn comes up. And king b7 played here. Well, bishop comes up to g2. So he's slowly and steadily trying to untangle himself. And queen to d6 played by black. If the bishops get activated, then you are completely winning as white. Rook to f1. Look at how Arjun's playing here. He got his rook active here. He got his other rook active here. Bishop he improved. This is the way in which top players win better positions. They keep on activating their pieces. a5 pushed forward. And now Arjun trying to break in here. He's trying to think what's the next move. He comes back, offers the queen trade. Magnus declines it, goes queen b4. You can look at the clock. Arjun has 1 minute 18 seconds. Magnus has 1 minute 36 seconds. It's 5 seconds increment per move. Queen comes to e5. He goes rook to d6. The bishop was hanging. He's defended it. Is black coordinating? Is the rook coming in here? Is there an attack brewing against the white king? Well, Arjun, brave, attacks the bishop on e6. He's saying to Magnus, well, if I don't see a way in which you can take advantage of my king, I'm ready to hurl all my pieces down the board. Knight a3 played. Wow. What's the point if I take here on e6? Maybe it's playable. Maybe he wants to go knight c4, attacking the queen and d2 pawn. But look at this move. Look at the calmness with which Arjun has played. Knight c2 taken. Magnus is trying to just completely confuse matters here. If queen takes c2, he wants to play rook c6 and win the queen. He takes with the king. Check. King b1. He comes queen c4. And maybe a check here is what he wants to play. But now the bishop can drop back and attack the queen. It's a little difficult move because it's a backward move to be found. And Arjun wants to make a move on the queen side. But he finds it. Bishop f1 on the board, attacking the queen, and Magnus resigns. A beautiful win there by Arjun. Of course, Magnus's blunder on the 10th move was not so great, but then Arjun made no mistake and he manages to beat Caruana in round 1 and Magnus Carlsen in round 2. What a game, what a player, Arjun Erigaisi.